everyone, to my house of horror. Today we are going to be reviewing two movies that I wanted to showcase here for a while. Both of these are remakes, and I just did another rewatch on this remake just the other night. I actually really adore this remake. This was one of the very first movies of this franchise that I seen a long time ago when I was a kid, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. This is one of the better remakes, in my opinion, of all time. Um, People argue with that, but I don't see the argument for it. I think it's one of the best. So I got two of these I want to show off today. One from Arrow, and then this one is, I guess it's just a new line release, but I want to showcase both of these off because these are really cool releases here. We'll start with this one from Arrow Video. Right now, I got this at Barnes and Noble. This is the new Arrow video release, so shout out to Arrow. This is a great release. They also did this one and the prequel to this one, or the sequel to this one, which is technically the prequel. This is actually 4K Ultra HD. I just rewatched this the other night because it's the first day of summer. You got to ring it in with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And so you open it up. There's the disc. This comes with different disc or different art as well. I got this one. This is the only one I found. I can't remember what the other one is. I think it's the when at the end when they're like making that mockumentary, that cop, and then he cuts through the cops. I think it's that picture. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but it comes with this neat little booklet here of Leatherface sewing his face, and you see that right there. Pretty cool shot there. You got the Arrow logo. The shout out Arrow. Great um, little booklet and great movie they did here. And you see this, the table of contents. Awesome shot of Leatherface right there. That's totally badass. And you got the cast, things like that. Like I said, this was the very. I watched this Texas Chainsaw Massacre before I watched the original, and this movie scared the absolute shit out of me as a kid. I mean, I don't know who the hell let me rent this, but yeah, that's pretty much what began my love of horror. Which I'd seen some horror movies before that, like Halloween 4. That's why Halloween 4 is just, to me, it holds a special place in my heart, and it always will. I love that scene. I love that right there. Leatherface looking at the meat. Um, I've also seen Friday 13th Part 6, so those, I mean, it is what it is. They kind of scared me a little bit, but nothing like this. Dude, I watched this and freaked me the hell out, man. It really did. Like, I couldn't sleep for a while, thinking that he was outside of my house coming to get me. So, especially at that scene at the end when they're like, "This is the last known photo of Thomas Hewitt, aka Leatherface." That just absolutely scared the absolute shit out of me. So, this also came with a poster. I've already got hung on my wall. It's the same one. Him sitting there sewing the face on. So that's the disc art. Pretty cool. Like I said, this is 4K Ultra HD, and like I said, Arrow Video knocked this out of the park. This movie looks stunning. I mean, like I said, did a rewatch the other night. That's the slip. Um, Also, a cool thing about this release is it's got some alternate endings you may not have ever seen. And I've seen the one alternate, it's got a couple alternate openings and endings. I've seen the one where like the SWAT team kind of storms through that house and he escapes. But I found one which was very, very interesting. It's with old Erin, and she's in a mental institution talking about, what happened, blah blah blah, things like that. And she tells the reporter, "You guys got the wrong guy in the autopsy." She's like, "The guy that I killed had one arm because I cut his arm off in 1973." And then it just from there he just kind of steps back and is all puzzled and things like that. I read on Reddit where they cut that out of the movie, which been kind of cool to explore more of that, to kind of make like a spin-off to that or something like that. It's been kind of cool. But I read on Reddit that people were talking about that scene, that there was another scene also cut out of the movie when Erin tells the interviewer that she's like, you guys have the wrong man. I cut his arm off in 1973. The guy in the autopsy that you showed me only has two arms. Well, there was a scene in that where the interviewer looks at Aaron all puzzled, and he's like, I know we have the wrong man because I interviewed a one-armed man the other day. He said this guy said nothing. He was addicted to eating little chocolates and said absolutely nothing in like a catatonic state. He's like, we found this guy at that house, but we thought that he was a victim of what happened that day. He's like, it all makes sense now. And then that's when it leads to the SWAT team raiding the house and, Leatherface escaping out of the back. And you see Leatherface, he's kind of more chunky, real old, kind of slow moving, things like that. Now that would have been kind of interesting to see, Leatherface sitting there, I don't know. I feel like things like that would have been cool, but that was a cool to me. I read that on Reddit, so I mean, who's to say that is actually one of the scenes that was cut out? But I just thought that was neat. I mean that was I mean yeah that would have been cool to see, and if there's video of it out there, I'd like to see it. Maybe I could look on YouTube or something, see if I can find it. There's a few more cut scenes. Like I said, there's that SWAT team scene where they're running in, and then they find the dead body and he escapes out of the back of the house. There's another one with the suicide scene, and it's not much. Like in the movie, it just kind of cuts out of the like pieces of her body flying at the kids, so not much there. And that's really about it for the deleted scenes. And I know there's like commentary, things like that. Let me see here. Yeah, it's just you got still pictures, things like that. Talks about Ed Gein, um, but yeah, that's. I mean, I I really want to check out the teaser trailer. Apparently, they did a teaser trailer for this before this movie was even made, and they say it's really freaking good. So I need to check that out for sure. But let's get on with this next one. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Now, this is the first kind of box thing of this I got. Now, this thing is pretty damn cool. So you see there, and it opens up to the chainsaw. Then you flip it down. There's a disc. You flip it down again. There's another disc. And then right there's evidence photos from the movie. So this thing is pretty damn cool. So what we'll do is we'll pull out the evidence photos and we'll kind of go through those because I've looked through this already and these are cool. So there's that evidence enclosed, kind of like little blood stains on it on the back. And then you see where they act like somebody tried to open it or something like that. So you pull these out and you go through these pictures here. So this one, you got that Leatherface there. Then on the back, it actually has case number, inventory number, FBI, type of offense, homicide. So yeah, things like that. That's actually really damn cool. I thought about hanging these up on my wall, but I don't really want to, mess them up or nothing by like with thumbtacks or things like that. I don't want to rip these. These are pretty dang cool. You see, there's the wall. Yeah, clot of hair, dried blood, embedded fingernail, things like that. So that's pretty dang cool, really. That's the scene where Andy is being carried down the stairs by Leatherface and his fingernail gets embedded into the wall. I hate that scene. God, oh man, terrible scene. There's the fingers down in the furnace room. Severed human fingers inside box nailed. Looks like a collection of rotten snails. So these are actually pretty damn cool, honestly. Um, I'm not sure where I cannot remember where I found this at. To let you guys know, but I found the 4K one at Barnes and Noble, but I do not remember where I found this one at. I found it a long time ago. There's sledgehammer evidence. Suspect Thomas Hewitt, victim N.A. Let me see, I didn't have one. Wooden mallet / meat tenderizer. Signs of heavy use. Strands of human hair found. 8/20/1973, kitchen of Hewitt home. How obtained carefully. Deputy Wallace. So pretty cool there. Um, and that's really about it. So that's the back of it. And there's the little mallet sledgehammer type thing. And then we go here to the big evidence, boy. The big chainsaw. Yes, sir. Uh, multiple. I can't read what that says. Yeah, I don't know. Multiple victims, I think it says. Type of offense, homicide, chainsaw. Small smell of blood, bone, matter embedded in chain. 8/20/20 or 8/20/73, found in the Hewitt basement. So there's that. That's pretty damn cool, honestly. And then let's see what else we got here. The looks like a vertebrae. Remember, they find this in the beginning of the movie there. It's like a rib cage vertebrae type thing. Let's see if I got that right. Human skeleton, severed rib cage, part of spine, dirty, mud caked, dried blood. Victim unidentified, suspect Thomas Hewitt. This is found Hewitt property outside suspect's house. So pretty cool there. I would kind of like to see if they would play off this Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake. Maybe Aaron do a flashback to where maybe Aaron thought she cut his arm off when she actually did. Maybe she just stabbed him. And they do it maybe with like a more found footage type. I think that would be kind of cool to see like a found footage Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Um, I never really known what this was in the movie. It's a shoe. Yeah, discoated men's shoe. So I'm not sure whose shoe this would have been. It said teen dirty sole ripped at bottom. It was found 8/20/73. So I'm not sure it was one of the kids in the movie or what, but or like somebody later on or before them, something like that. And then the little skeleton with the glasses. I want to say those are Morgan's glasses. It took me forever to realize that Jessica Biel's character Aaron and the kind of nerdy guy Morgan, a brother and sister, had no clue. No clue. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about that. They were brothers and sisters. I actually had to look it up. And holy shit, I never knew that. This is skeleton doll eyeglass. Teeth placed on wall like a decoration. Disturbing. What it says. That's pretty damn disturbing, really. This one was 8/20/1973, Crawford Mill near Hewitt residence. Deputy Wallace found it. Suspect again, Thomas Hewitt. And the agency is FBI. So the Federal Bureau of Investigations went and snooped around Leatherface's house and found all that stuff. So this, let's get back into this. That's all that had. This didn't have a poster, no, just those evidence, but it does have some extra. So exclusive features include script to screen, read the screenplay while watching the film, which is pretty cool. Contains features and web links accessible in their actual enhanced DVD. So disc 1, disc 2, not sure. And then it just kind of folds out. It makes the chainsaw, which is pretty damn cool. I love this release. Like I said, I'm not sure where the hell I got this from. It's been a long time since I've had this. I want to say I got this at Walmart or something like that. It doesn't say on either side. It just says New Line Cinema on it. Yeah, it doesn't say. Just all it says is New Line Cinema. So if you guys see these out in the wild, pick this up. I'm sure it's probably on Amazon, something like that. So I'll do some more showcases on some movies, some more movies that I got like this. So that's pretty much it. I kind of wanted to go over that because I did a rewatch on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake just Tuesday night. So I kind of wanted to get on here and talk about some things that I've seen, talk about these two. So that's pretty much it for today. So this is the House of Horror, and we are closing down for now.